I just yeah, me and you have talked briefly about like just like burnout, because it's not necessarily something like just content creators face. I feel like you were just saying like you're facing it right now with your 9 to 5. Like I'm feeling that right now too. I I just kind of want to share like how do we I don't know how do you break out of that mode? How have you in the past? I'll share my side and everything. I just like let me know what's going down in your life. You know what I mean?
Um, there's just like a really big struggle between like work life balance going on right now.
Yeah.
I was like talking to my mom and my girlfriend about it a lot because it's really fucking stressful. Especially for when she was down here not too long ago. We were basically like penny pinching
Yeah.
because of the fact of just like this is kind of like how my life is and how I'm sure like a lot of people in this country's life is going right now
Oh, for sure.
is it's hard enough to find a job. You need like connections to get any type of job, it
Yeah.
feels like.
Literally.
Cause I remember I was doing because I work at it's like a Subway like fast casual thing. I just call it fast food, but it's like technically fast casual or whatever.
Yeah.
And there was a time where I was working like 5 days a week. 5 days a week, I was working like what 20 hours a week at that job, and then doing another 20 on top of that door dashing. Because like there were some nights where I would do like a double.
Mm.
For it. And I remember like having I need a new job, and I remember applying like a billion different places, and then I still ended up back at the salad bar because
Yeah.
I essentially just had no choice. Like there's like I don't have anywhere to go, and the only other options I really have are other customer service jobs, and customer service is what I'm fucking tired of. So
Literally. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
just it just it just kind of makes like the whole process so much harder. So it's like of like you know making more money or working harder is by upping your hours.
Yeah.
Now every time I go to is bad. It's horrible.
Mm.
So like so d- d- upping the hours to make more
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, bro.
you know what I mean? And like I'm sure like and for YouTube's sake, like this is, in Minecraft, bro. In Minecraft, I want to kill myself. Like
Yeah.
it's but it's a really change around my schedule and try changing hours or try like all these different things. I just end up at the same place, which
Yeah.
is burnout.
Literally,
I
bro.
always end up at the same place every
And it's yeah, bro.
single time where I'm
It's
just like I'm burnt out, I'm broke. Like all the money that I make goes to essentials, aka gas, food, and whatever I can do to reinvest back into my own content.
yeah,
And
bro.
sometimes I need help for that. Sometimes I need help for that shit. Like sometimes I like by the end of the week, by the time it's
Yeah.
it's just ass, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm
Work
sorry.
life balance and financial ruin currently.
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry. My shit keeps like lagging out. I don't know. Sorry if I'm not.
You're like,
Hold on.
no, I don't hear you lagging.
My I don't know if like my computer's fucking freezing. You'll cut out for like like a couple seconds. I don't know if I'm tweaking. Um, but oh yeah, see there we go again. Hold on, bro. My computer's literally fucking freezing. Hold on. I'm just gonna go off the cuss right now. But no, I hope you knew I was listening because generally I'm glad you
Oh yeah.
said this shit because it's I like what you said in the beginning where it's like like a lot of people are facing this shit right now. Um,
Yeah.
and it's such I don't know like I'm I don't even know like hopefully, like, I don't know. At least in my shoes, sometimes like I'm personally embarrassed because I'm facing the same shit right now, bro. And there's times where I'm like, oh, I don't even want to like have to conversate about this with somebody because it's embarrassing or whatever. But I'm glad you said that because it's such a it's just like a toxic cycle. You know what I mean?
Very toxic cycle. It's very mundane.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
what that's the word I kept telling to my therapist today was just my life is boring and it's mundane,
Literally, bro.
and no matter how much I change or do to try to make my life like better, nothing changes. Like
Yeah.
I envy these like video essays I used to watch when I was a kid where it was like this creator did one little change that changed his entire life. It's like, bro, I'm on plan like 7,643. Like
Yeah,
I like I wish like in my head I wish my story could be as simple as some other creators where it's just like, yeah, one simple thing is what took me out of here, but
bro. Literally.
truly my story is way too complicated for that, and it kind of bothers me because of the fact of just like I've been working so hard for this like goal, and now like a worry of mine is that what if once I finally accomplish the thing that I'm looking for,
Mm.
I'm too tired to like enjoy it or like actually
Yeah.
capitalize it like I should be.
Yeah, for real. And like, dude, I tell that to some people, and they're like, "Oh, but when you do make it, it's gonna be that much better of a story." And it's like, but that doesn't free me out of what I'm in now. You know what I mean?
Right. Like I love thinking about future. I love having the hope and everything, but
Yeah.
unless people are like in your shoes like directly, it's like hearing that doesn't really make up for the years of like work. Like
Yeah,
it just
bro.
doesn't like, you know. That's why
Yeah.
like overnight success to me doesn't really do it for me. Like it would be cool, but I'm looking for like stability. Like the only thing that's gonna make up for the years of instability is years of stability.
Genuinely.
One blow up's not gonna do that for me.
Yeah,
You know,
bro.
it's gonna have to be a blow up into something stable. And I guess that's what I've been building for the last couple of years is something that's more stable, something that's like hard to penetrate in terms of like falling off or whatever. But even then, still, it's like
Yeah.
I'm building foundation, 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 foundation. When can I place my first fucking brick?
Yeah, bro.
You
It's
know?
like we're constantly setting ourselves up, and like right when we think we gotta win, it's like there's something else. Like we just gotta, you know what I mean? It's like,
Every fucking time, man.
yeah,
Like
bro.
I used to be like on the clip grind for my streaming and shit. I used to be on the clip grind where I would do 2 clips a day. I had multiple clips do like 6 figures. I had a clip on Instagram do 3 mil. I had another song transition like clip that did like that went everywhere.
Yeah.
Nigga, that never materialized into anything. That
Yeah,
didn't go into
bro.
anything. Nothing changed. And then after that, I started the YouTube channel like earlier this year. Well, I've had the YouTube channel since 2025, but like I actually started taking it seriously in like February.
Uh,
First, I had the song transitions. Oh, okay, that did well, but I make no money. I've lost money
yeah,
doing that
that
series
shit was so
actually.
crazy,
Uh,
bro.
I've lost almost 4 grand. Okay, let me change to something new. I do like a very random idea where like I rank the way like celebrities say the N word. Oh, okay, this is a series I can do. Nope, it blacklisted my whole channel. Shit
That's
blacklisted my whole fucking channel, and it put my entire because I was making a lot of like views from like residual song transitions videos, so
yeah.
all of that just went away. My channel is like completely dead right now. No matter, even though
Oh
I'm uploading,
shit.
it's like yeah, even though I'm uploading, shit has just been completely dead. I've made damn near no money. Like everything that I thought was gonna finally happen last month, where I was preparing for like, yes, I'm finally gonna be full time.
Yeah.
YouTube obviously didn't like seeing the N word, I guess, in my titles constantly. So they were just like, yeah, you got to get out of here. And I
Oh
look at other
shit.
creators who've done that concept multiple times,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, bro, they still got mills, they still got hundreds of thousands. Why did I have to go through this fucking shadow ban? So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, one series doesn't make my most popular series doesn't make money, and I'm about to end it, and that's like 80% of my subscriber base, and then the other 20% comes for those ranking videos, and that actually made me money. And then it just, again, I got put through a soft filter. It's like, you see what I mean? Like
Yeah,
throughout
bro.
this whole journey of me trying to become a full-time streamer, I have ran into problem after problem after problem after problem, and I've never stopped. But it's like it's
Yeah.
discouraging because it's like I see, you know especially for like my song transition series where it's my most popular one, my core fan base hates it. You know,
Yeah,
they hate that series. Every single time like I want to do an episode of it, they fucking hate the series. And I'm just like, this is the one thing that's actually churning in, you know,
literally.
popularity. It's what it's the only thing that is gaining me popularity, and y'all hate the thing that's getting me popularity.
Yeah,
So, you know, there's no point in keeping it going if number one, like the success doesn't materialize into anything. The fan base that occurs from the song transitions, like people are only people looking for song transitions. They're not looking for my personality. Like they like my personality, that's why they watch the videos.
yeah,
But you know, the likelihood of them watching other things is not going to materialize into 5-figure views. It might materialize into 4-figure, which I still am appreciative like
of
of.
course,
But
of
you
course.
know, the series doesn't materialize that many people. I don't make money. My core audience hates it. I don't really like doing it. Like it.
Yeah, yeah. And you know it's I was in your last stream when you did the transition, and I saw like you just said, both sides of the coin. Like people are saying like, oh no, don't end the song transitions, but then some are saying finally end it. And it's not like
Yes.
you necessarily wanted to end it, but it's also not like you necessarily wanted to continue it. It was a thing that was pushing the
Yeah.
brand, but it was like pushing the brand in the short term, but in the long term, it wasn't going to do much. You know what I mean? And so it's
No.
like
Yeah. No. Not at all.
you can't win with either side of the fan base. And like I can imagine from your point of view, it's like, bro, like what do I even do? You know what I mean?
Yes. That's why for a while I was experimenting with other ideas. I was trying to do different things, different ideas to, you know, hit all of the things. Like I
Yeah,
can't please everybody. So I'm not looking for something everyone's going to universally love,
of
but
course.
love enough to want to show up, you know,
Yeah,
something that's versatile, because maybe what they got tired of is the concept, because I did the concept so many times. That's why I'm like, okay, maybe ranking is the next thing I can do, where I rank, you know, different things, because
yeah,
you can rank anything, you know, you can rank anything. You don't have to, you know, do the same thing every single time. And
yeah,
then, you know, I've been trying that, but you know, it's just to highlight your point of there's always something.
yeah, bro.
It's always something. I get one lead and then it's something else after that.
Yeah, bro. I think it's so funny. Like I don't. Me and you have spoken a little maybe about this. I don't know inherently how religious you are. I'm not really that much, but like,
Neither am I.
yeah. But it's like some. I not to go down the rabbit hole, but it's like I think there's probably something up there, and so I don't know. I kind of
Mm.
look up just to whatever's up there, and I'm like, bro, like even when you get a win, like this happened to me recently. I'll share it in a second, but it's like even when you get a win, you're so paranoid that something else is gonna go wrong. It kind of ruins the moment. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, I like I mean like on a real life point. I'm very blessed to say this, but I'm about to buy a new car, and my
Mm.
life on some real shit, it's been pretty down the past couple months. Like, bro, I've been struggling a lot. And so finally, I'm
Mm.
like, damn, I'm about to get a new car. I'm about to move back home. Like, I'm about to move states. And I feel like life is finally on a little bit of an uptick. But, dude, I was coming back from work yesterday after, like, dude, one of the longest weeks of my fucking life. And it was like, I can't shake this feeling of, like, dude, something's about to go wrong, bro. Like, I cannot stay comfortable right now. And I
Yeah.
hate the feeling. Like, it's nice because it keeps you on your toes. So you're never gonna, how do I say that? You like it keeps you on your toes. So you're prepared to some degree, but it's like you can't enjoy life that way. You get what I mean?
It's unhealthy for your nervous system to constantly be in a state of hypervigilance, or like
Genuinely, bro.
waiting for something to happen. Like, it
Yeah.
actually just fries you.
Yeah, my therapist used to tell me I haven't gone to therapy in like a year. I need to go back, but she used to tell me that like ever since I was a little boy, I've just been on like a fight or flight mode, and that has never stopped, bro. And I hate it. And like it's such a
Yeah.
fundamental thing to my being. So it's gonna take a lot of work to get rid of it, but like that, it's like I I guess to the topic of burnout, it's so hard to not get burnt out when you're like that. You get what I mean? Because it's like
Yeah.
I think like I always see videos like on TikTok or Instagram that, and they're like, oh, how to not get burnt out, and it's like you need to take time and da 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 da. But when you're always, I guess, facing adversity or been used to facing adversity, it's I say I don't necessarily where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going with my words, but I don't know if you get the drift I'm on. But it's like it's hard to.
No, I completely do.
Yeah, bro. And but like it's all to say like
I
I
mm,
appreciate you saying you sharing because it and me, like I said, me and you have talked personally some about this shit, but it's just nice to hear that somebody else is facing similar shit. You know what I mean? But
Oh no, 100%. Like your words are making sense, you know, and likewise, I appreciate you like sharing and everything.
yeah,
Because I've also done the same thing where I'm constantly fighting something, whether that's like people, family, somebody is like on my case about something,
yeah,
and it really does like annoy me, and like that's kind of why like I've made so many changes or I've done so many things that are like occurring to my own world, right? So like
yeah,
when I was younger, I used to do this thing called maladaptive daydreaming, where like you essentially just like escape this reality and you can think like it's daydreaming to the 50 billion max, where like you
yeah.
can think of like all these worlds. And I used to do that all the time. I don't know if that was just like I'm guessing that was a coping method for me
Oh yeah,
because you know there was a lot going on where like I didn't feel in control of my life, so I used to make this world where I felt like I was in control.
yeah,
And as I got older, you know, as you just said, like would fight adversity all the time. And I kind of was able to finally kind of name the world, you know, which is now, as you know it, like Irken World, where
yeah,
like, you know, I kind of always had this vision, like ever since a little kid. And the one thing that's kind of helped me throughout my burnout is just I wouldn't say feeling yes, feeling in control, but like feeling in control of the fact that like everyone's story is not, you know, what's gonna work for some random person on TikTok is not gonna work for you because
yeah,
everyone's path is different and it sounds generic, but sometimes some of the best advice is generic. Like for example, for me, my burnout comes from the fact that I have a very bad all or nothing mindset, is what my therapist pointed out, to
yeah.
where like I not only do I process a lot of things that happen to me very all or nothing, it's either black or white. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's the same thing for work. If
Yeah,
I'm in bed too much, then I'm lazy. You know, like
yep,
even if 4 out of the 7 days of the week I worked, if I'm in the bed for 3 days straight, I'm lazy now.
yep,
Um, and it's the same. It's similar. What was it? I lost my train of thought. No, it's like yeah. So I just think in like very black or white sometimes when it comes to like how I handle my work. So a lot of the time I can tell you a story about like how I used to DoorDash and do my like salad bar job at the same time while also
yeah,
doing YouTube. Because that's another thing I forgot to tell you. I was also doing YouTube on top of all of that. So that's why like when I hear about your life circumstances, I'm like, damn, I was there a couple of years ago.
yeah,
I had to stop doing all that because I have to like you essentially have to like rewire yourself because in the same way I've also been hyper vigilant my entire life and I'm trying to rewire myself to not see, you know, breaks as like something to fear. You know, I'm trying not to see like, oh, am I doing too little? Does that mean I'm too lazy?
yeah,
Because like I have to like you have to like redefine it in your brain what like rest versus laziness versus actual work is
yeah,
because in this world like I'm so chronically tired and a lot of the people around me are very chronically tired and one of the big lessons I think all of us need to learn is to work smarter, not harder.
true,
It's the one of the
true.
big things is like, you know, like your automatic solution is not going to be up the hours at the job that you fucking hate so much. Like
Yeah,
sometimes it is lowering those
yeah,
hours. Sometimes
true.
it is taking risks, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's like and everyone's path is different. Like me and your like as much as we relate, like our paths are going to be different. I
completely.
can't do work life balance in the same way that you can anymore because I've already dried that energy source up.
Yeah,
I can't, you know, withhold a job working 5 days a week while also doing stream while also doing I can't do that anymore. I had to translate that energy into something else, which is now doing YouTube streaming and then trying to work 3 days a week. You know,
yeah,
my shifts are still fucking long as shit. They've been cutting the hours for that. See, that's a whole other thing. I
yeah,
could get into more and more and more and more because there's
yeah,
so many moving components. It's not as just as simple as like here's a simple advice tip, here's a simple this, a simple that.
yeah.
Nothing is fucking simple, man. Nothing is simple in this life.
Genuinely.
Like you can simplify it, but that does not mean that the concept itself is simple.
Yeah,
So like simple to do. So it's like I like when it comes to burnout, the best that I try to do is like I have to redefine rest and redefine these things to essentially trick my brain into just like allowing myself to rest.
Yeah.
Like I can't do the schedule shit. I'm not good at schedules. I'm not good at keeping up with things. I've exhausted that energy. That's the main thing. Because like one of the main problems that like me and you have, like if I'm transparent, is that like I'm really bad with answering DMs. I'm not trying to ignore people. My
Yeah.
energy is just completely gone
I
when it
feel
comes
that.
to like being present for things. I'm just not present for things anymore because not only is my life mundane as shit, like where I'm doing the same fucking things every single goddamn day, I
Yeah.
also just don't have the energy for as many things as I may want to do.
For
Maybe if
sure.
I took out this fucking job, I'd have
Yeah.
I'd have more like life power to want to do the things that I want to do, but it's like it's this weird in between. I'm sure you've like I'm sure you've like encountered this where it's like I remember watching all these TikToks where it's like the moment you know to quit your job is when your hobby is becoming way more taxing or like time consuming than your actual job. Nigga, mine has been more time consuming since 2025, but it
Bro.
doesn't make the same amount of money. So it's like I'm constantly having opportunities to do things, and I'm so happy and I'm so grateful for them. But I'm always on like the short end of the stick because I'm never truly prepared. No matter how much I try to prepare, I'm never truly prepared to handle how much the responsibility I have on the side of my hobby versus my actual job and
Yeah.
how much that is taking away from me. If my only responsibility was streaming and doing YouTube every single week, I'm not gonna say like I'll be perfect, but I would be happier and I'd probably find a way to actually, juggle everything. And, if I do
Yeah.
get the same sense of mundaneness, I feel like I'll have more control with how to change that. But, I currently right now I just can't do it. I can't balance every single thing. I have a community. You see how fucking cultish my community is.
Yeah,
Like I
bro.
can't handle that all the time. I can't handle doing streaming all the time. I can't handle doing videos, working around with finances, work-life balance, and then we have all the divisions that we have going on right now with like the creator division, music division. There's just so much shit that I want to be doing,
Yeah.
but like I keep having to get reminded of just like here's why you're here. It's a fucking loop. It's
Yeah,
actually just
bro.
a negative feedback loop
And I
of doom and despair.
genuinely, bro. Like there's a ton of shit you said that like I'd want to make points on, but like the two, like I
Mm.
hear you, but like one of the big things is the black and white, bro. That has been something like obviously we're talking on a surface level, like with like career wise, but like fundamentally, it's that philosophy of thinking black and white has like destroyed my life at times and absolutely built it up because I think it's a blessing and a curse at times. But like I said, it's very much a curse. Like it's sickening sometimes because it's like I feel like every creator I've ever spoken to has that philosophy of like even like dude, this morning it's my first day off in a while. I scrolled TikTok for 2 hours when I woke up. I got up. I'm like, dude, what the fuck am I doing? And I beat myself up all the way up until right now. I'm like, dude, you could have been doing this, da 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 da. And it's like like the logic side of my brain knows it's like, no, I might have needed that. I might have needed some time just to cool down. It's been work, da 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 da. But I can't let I for some reason there's some part of me that won't let me do that. You know what I mean? But on the other side of what you said, you said you want to quit your job. I did. I don't know if I ever told you this, but last year I quit my job. Um, I had just signed the lease to my apartment, and not to brag or whatever, but it's a pretty expensive apartment, and I had $3,000 in my bank account, and I quit that shit. And this is when I had my. I'm not gonna say what content I was doing, but I had my old channel that I just quit recently, um, and I started uploading every day. Like I'm talking high quality content, and I got incredible views, 34,000 views on one video. I think there was 600,000 on a short. Like I was going nuts, but then I was getting numbers, but nothing was clicking. And bro, I almost got evicted. I did DoorDash as well, so I relate to you on the DoorDash shit. Like I used to DoorDash cities away from me just because it had more money down there, and
Yep.
it's
I
like
DoorDashed in the hood one night because
yeah,
the tips that they had over there was the people over there are not. I'm not gonna like say where I'm at, but like the people over
yeah,
there were like nice with the tips. So I was like, "Fuck it, bro.
yeah,
Hey,
for
man." So
sure.
I know, I
Yeah,
know, I
bro,
know how
it's
that
one of them
is.
nights where you got to check the DoorDash map to see if they're paying by hour or they're paying by job.
By job, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like
By each order, yeah.
yeah, bro. And I understand how that should be. And but like obviously,
Bro,
what's funny is like we say all this shit. Like I don't want to say we're complaining or trying to play the victim. Like we're talking real life. But
it's real life, but shit, niggas need to complain sometimes,
yeah, no, of
man. Like
course, that's
it's
what I
okay
mean.
it is okay to complain,
Yeah, bro, and that,
you
but
know?
that's like that's one thing I'm. That's the reason I even reached out. Like, obviously, me and you are friends, and we're recent friends, but we're getting a little more friends. But I don't know why. Like recently, I've been so um. So I feel like if I say certain shit, it gets too deep, and then it's like, all right, you know what I mean. But it's like I don't know. It's like see how do I think part of the burnout I'm facing now is feeling, I guess, alienated is, I guess, a word. But it's like I don't know. I guess it stems from maybe loneliness. That's an extremely like extreme topic. I don't even necessarily want to go into. But um, it's feeling that you have nobody to reach out to. Like
Yeah.
I got friends, I got da 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 da, but nobody I feel like I can just like, yo, like let's hop in a da 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 and let's talk some shit out, let's play the game. And I mean that's all to say, like, again, I appreciate you coming on and just having a conversation with
Yeah.
a brother, because it's like I think it benefits me and you, just conversation, sharing our problems, but also the people, whoever tunes into this video, if they watch all the way, like I don't know, I feel like people can just pick apart certain things. And I liked what you said is like one thing could work for one person, but it might not work for another. Like right now, I work 5 11-hour shifts a week. Like I've done that for the past 2 years since I turned 18, and I run a business outside of this. I run music. I do 2 YouTube channels. Like I have teams, like genuine teams on the music side. Like
Yeah,
I'm
you're
fully.
fast tracking yourself to a horrible burnout.
I'm burned out right now, but like the thing.
But there's gonna be a crash, bro. Like there's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be a moment where it's gonna crash.
it,
Oh my
it,
God.
it did last year after I quit my job. Like, bro, I don't want to share everything that I did in that burnout, but like, dude, it was dark. Um, but it's one of them things. It's also, I think you said this. It's like you can't really stop when you have all these moving parts, because if you stop, everything stops, and then you have to pick it all up
Yeah.
back up. And so and I'm not necessarily complaining about the workload, because I at the end of the day I enjoy what I do. But one thing that's been helping my burnout recently is being all right with telling myself no. Like I'm working on this huge album right now. Like we got film, music videos. Like it's gonna go crazy. But I sit down at the computer. I sit down with the microphone, and I no lyrics are coming out, no melodies. I'm not singing the best. And one thing I'm having to find, I'm having to tell myself is like, no, like we don't need to work on this right now. Like I'm giving myself space to just experience life, and I'm trying to go out more and da da da. Um, I don't know. That's something that's been helping me. The YouTube I haven't really stopped on, because I'm on. I feel like I'm on a roll right now, but with music specifically, I've just been telling myself no, and I've been trying to hop on the game more, because I'm not really a gamer, but like I'm trying to just enjoy my time. I'm drawing a lot more.
Mm.
I don't know. That's just some shit I'm doing to help the burnout. Because I liked what you said, how you're kind of helping yourself with your own burnout. So
Yeah, no. One thing that you said that I wanted to point out was the whole quitting your job thing.
yeah,
I also did that. We might have just lived the same life spiritually because
genuinely.
I did the same shit, bro. Because I was I'm looking at my circumstances and I'm like, okay, maybe I can't afford this because I had like 2 really good months on YouTube,
Yeah.
and I was like, all right, this is it right here. This is when I was doing my old YouTube channel, which I don't really care to like I
Yeah.
don't really care to like say what it is, but it's more or less just like rap content where I was doing the rap shit on my old main channel,
Yeah.
and they were getting 5-figure views. Like I thought I got everything I had wanted,
Uh.
and I realized that during the time when I was trying to, well, there was also unforeseen circumstances that happened as well.
Uh.
Like I had to deal with a situation with one of my friends. He lost his career, and I had to like essentially like whole bullshit. And
Yeah.
then my grandma had been diagnosed with cancer, so I was the main person
Man.
like bringing her to every. I was there at every single chemo,
Yeah, bro.
every single appointment. Like there were some milestones that like there was some milestones in 2025 that like I experienced during like some of the like down periods. Like it didn't feel like down periods as they were happening.
Yeah.
I knew it was down, but like I had the energy to still like, kick it.
Yeah.
But like objectively looking back, they were down periods. Like when I found out that my song transition, that like one of my biggest song transitions got played by Yeet at like a headlining festival, I was homeless
Crazy.
during that time.
Yeah.
I was homeless during that time when I figured that out. When my Instagram reel was doing like 3 mil, I was in the hospital and my grandma was going through chemotherapy because I used to sit there for the whole 8 hours of like the process. So
Yeah.
I found out my Instagram reel was going crazy in the middle of like a chemotherapy session, you know. So it's
Yeah.
like some of those things. It's like um
That's real life.
so, yeah, it's real life shit. Going back to like my main channel and everything, I thought this was everything I wanted. Like I thought that was everything I had wanted. I had went from being like a YouTuber that like wanted to take you everything like I wanted to take YouTube seriously, but still keep the authenticity of my content alive and everything.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that I kind of grew into something I did not like. Like I grew into like TMZ. That's
Yeah.
kind of how I put it. There was a interview with Bo Burnham in like 2015 where he talked about the reason why he doesn't really like YouTube, and this was 2015 by the way, so
Uh.
this was like 11 years ago, and he essentially was like, I don't really like. I feel like a lot of the reason why YouTubers don't get the same opportunities that he does, or Justin Bieber does, or any of the early guys got, is because a lot of YouTubers don't make original content anymore.
True.
A lot of people just talk about other people's content, and it's gone from YouTube has gone from like a replacement for Netflix to another TMZ.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like that interview kind of like changed my whole mindset of how I looked at my channel. I was like, yeah, I was talking about like stuff that was going on in rap, some topics I was interested in, some I really wasn't. And I realized that like, damn, this was a hobby or a passion that I had that I kind of wish I didn't turn into into a hobby or like a job basically.
Yeah.
Talking about music, I loved music. I could talk music with anybody for like rounds and rounds and rounds, but I surrounded myself so much with it that I'm just burnt out from the concept of talking about is Eternal a take a 5 out of 10 or that I don't like. I got
Yeah.
so tired of the discourse. I got so tired of it that yeah, there were circumstances that happened in 2025 that made me quit that channel. But the main integral thing that made me quit that channel was I realized that I got out of a smaller jail just to put myself into a prison.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That was all it was. That was all it was. That was all it was because I built myself to stew and talk about things, and I shaped my content around the algorithm to a point that like I wasn't even enjoying it anymore. Where like I had a schedule where I was like, all right, in the morning I'm gonna either script or write down a bullet point, record the video, edit the video. I used to do like 18-hour day fucking sessions of just editing
Yeah.
to be able to, and then I had like a thumbnail artist help me with that. Shout out Staple, where she would help me make the thumbnails. By the end of the day, I'd have the video out, and yeah, the video would do 5 figures, but the numbers never meant shit to me. The
Yeah.
sub count would go up, the view count would go up. It didn't mean shit to me. Everything was going up, but none of it meant shit to me because I didn't feel like I was making something that I actually really really enjoyed. And that's where a lot of like big content creators, I think, yeah, well, I'm not gonna say names, but like I feel like big content creators. Honestly, I was not gonna say his name, but I feel like this is something. I feel like this is something Ludwig would probably tell niggas at
Yeah.
like Stream University. I feel like this is something he would tell them, where it's like, if you're doing something that you don't like, that is no difference from you doing a 9 to 5 job. Because if the
Genuinely.
whole point of doing YouTube and streaming is to do something that you like, and you push yourself to do something you don't like, you are just a 9 to 5 without like any like safety net that like a nine
Yeah.
to five would give you. Like you basically just put yourself into like a different jail, and that's kind of what I did. Where I was just like, I finally thought I had what I wanted, but number one, the money started to dry up.
Yep.
Number two, I was not happy with the content I was making. Number three, multiple bad instances in my life just happened. See, pointing back to the one of the first points that we made of just like always I can't enjoy anything because we're always worried about the next bad thing
Yep.
happening.
Yep.
I'm thinking I'm finally full time on YouTube, and then I just get hit with boom, 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 all this bad shit. And I'm just like, bro, all right, like. You know what I mean? So it's like that. That's what I'm used to. That's what we're used to.
Yeah.
So I completely like relate to you when you say like, yeah, like I quit my job at one point too, and I was literally penny pinching. Like I don't know. I've just always had this issue of like always figuring out when I'm gonna eat every single day. I'm figuring out right now, bro. I'm
Yeah.
figuring that out right now. Like because of the fact I have negatives in my bank account. Like I make it a bit on my stream where like I'll show like the number of my account and I'll be like, yeah, it's like -20 or whatever, and people will be like, ah, that's like funny. And it is funny. It's funny content, but like also at the same time that like this is real life. I turn off the cameras. What am I gonna eat today?
Yeah. No.
You
Oh
know what I
my
mean?
God, bro. You speaking to the choir right now. Holy shit, man. Like that shit really hit me. I don't even
Uh,
know why. It's about, dude, when the cameras cut off. Oh my God. When I used to stream, bro, it used to, smiles on my face. I'm laughing. Da da da. Turn off the camera. It's like the lights go down. Like thunder starts shaking the house. It's like, bro,
where
holy
am I,
shit.
bro? Like,
Yeah, bro.
yes, bro. Yes, bro. Yes. And it's like it's bad, bro. It's so bad. It's genuinely bad. And I also feel bad because it's like asking money for people because I've had to do that so many times. I think
Same
at one
here.
point I probably asked you for money where I'm like, bro, I'm actually
Yeah, no, I feel
running
you.
out.
I feel
Like
you.
I'm actually just running out. And like I guess that's not that's it's something I used to be embarrassed about,
Yeah.
like something I used to not talk about with
Uh,
people. But like I realized that like with the kind of person that I am and the kind of people I've been able to meet this past year, and I've met so many people similar to me,
yeah.
hearing, someone hearing the fact that I'm struggling and hopefully maybe like a year from this video being uploaded, like I'll actually be on the way to, getting the lifestyle that I want,
For
at
sure.
least you have something to point back to where it's like, because I feel like there's like a big feeling of that like rich people are disconnected or all this other stuff. It's like if you ever see me, posted up with some shit,
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna say I'm materialistic. I used to not be materialistic, but I
Yeah.
think I got to a point to where I'm just like I'm so tired of just taking what I have. You know what I mean? Getting what I
Yep.
have, like even down to like bare bones shit. You know what I mean? To where it's
Yeah.
like I accidentally ran over one of my AirPods like fucking 2 years ago, and I've just been sat with this dingy ass like left AirPod that dies within like 30 minutes of me using it. When
Yeah.
like I could save up money to buy something new, but like I'm so used to just dealing with what I have in the moment right here, right now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't plan to upgrade things because I always just deal with whatever I have. Like it could be a dingy ass laptop. Shit's probably like one bad Minecraft like game away from like being fucking destroyed, right? And like I
Yeah.
will still work with what I have in front of me, and I
Yeah.
know that there's gonna be like like a person just like us, like maybe watching this video, trying to scour the internet for everything that's based around everything that's based around like you, everything that's based around like me, to where they're like, all right, I need to find every single piece of media so that I can,
Yeah.
feel, relate to the story or whatever. And I look
Literally.
at conversations or moments like these, which is also a gift and a curse because I'm able to be self-aware enough to like know what I'm talking about, while also at the same time not really being able to enjoy the right here, right now sometimes because I'm
Yeah.
so self-aware of shit. But
Oh my
I know
God.
that there's
Yeah.
gonna be an instance where I'm talking about my life, and hopefully there is a day where I'm actually able to live the
There will
shit that I
be.
want to live, and
There will be.
get the luxuries that I want to get. So you can always point back to a video like this and be like, no, this nigga was struggling. Like this nigga did not
Yeah.
just pop out the fucking womb with money.
Real
Like this
life.
nigga had negatives, used to show negatives on the
Yeah.
stream, being like I've been so open with my fans about the fact of like, especially when I went homeless like last year, like I was counting tips trying to figure out like
Yeah.
how am I gonna fucking eat, bro? Like it made me understand why people steal, bro. I've never
Genuinely.
stolen in my life, but like, because
Good
I feel
guy.
like too bad. It weighs on my conscience too much.
I
Like,
feel that.
see,
I
that's
feel
the horrible shit. Is that like I'm trying to be a good person while also trying to make money. Like it just doesn't work
that.
out,
Yeah,
bro. It just
bro.
doesn't fucking
It's
work out.
crazy.
So, you know what I mean? So it's like I get it, bro. The finances, penny pinching, mental. It's like
Yeah.
I can't balance it all out. And God fucking forbid I get into the whole thing of like family members or other
Oh my
people who are
God.
just judgmental, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh my
It's
God, you
like,
don't know me, bro.
for real.
That's what makes the burnout worse sometimes, because this was the cycle that I always went through with my family. If I was working like my hardest and burning myself out, that's when everybody wants to help me.
Yeah.
When I'm actually like burnt out and I like am resting and like trying to rest, I'm lazy now.
It's
You
crazy.
motherfuckers.
It's
You like
crazy.
you don't win, bro. You don't
Yeah.
fucking win.
Oh my God, bro. You like we make this joke kind of often, but I feel like we're the same person in certain situations. Like
We definitely are.
it's kind of crazy, but
If there's a higher up, and he probably molded us from the same fucking piece of clay, bro.
I
Like
fucking
dead ass,
guess,
bro.
bro. I fucking guess. But like That's why one of the reasons I do these videos, for one, obviously we can look back on the journey, but it's also like I right now, bro, there is somebody who is in our exact shoes who's just hustling and needs something to just let them know other people are going through the same thing. Like on this channel, I'm not gonna share this channel with you, um, but there's videos I'm like crying my eyes out, bro. I'm not a crier, but I recorded like the 2 times in the past like 2 years I've cried, and it's like I'm crying about my mom or my mom in the hospital, just like real life things, and that's going on the journey, and I'm never gonna necessarily promote this channel, but someday somebody's gonna find it, like you said, and I don't,
Shit, bro.
yeah,
This is like a time capsule. Because if I don't have the channel, nigga, one day I'm gonna just be on stream. They're gonna be like, "We found you, nigga." It's gonna be a
yeah,
TTS of the link, and it's gonna be like, "Damn, I forgot I had this conversation." It's gonna be like a fucking time capsule. I'm gonna be like, "Damn, I talked about that. Damn, I said that. Damn,
yeah, for
what
real,
the
for real.
fuck?"
Like, we getting a little deep, like, oh my god, like,
I got deep, like shit. Like y'all niggas aren't supposed to know that shit. Like I'm thinking I didn't say shit, and I'm like, oh no, I
yeah,
opened up in this one video I completely forgot about. But I mean,
yeah,
there's a beauty. There's a beauty to it. There's a beauty to it.
of course, and like one
So
thing.
I hear you.
Yeah, like there was one thing I know, like I like Tory Lanez. Like, that's like my favorite artist. But there's a
Yeah.
quote he said back in the day when he was first coming up that like every day I have this written on my whiteboard. I know people sometimes see my whiteboard, but to
Mm.
paraphrase, it's like I see now it's when it goes out my head, but it's like he was talking about how his career took like a long time to lift off, and like how other people came up within like a couple months or like a year, and he was grinding for 10 years not getting nowhere. And with the way I sometimes try to like maybe uplift myself, maybe I am optimistic in this way, is like I feel like the longer I stay consistent and this level of quality, even if nothing's coming out of it, the more stability I'll have in the long term. Because the way he kind of said it was like you're already building the foundation so that when you do make it, shit is not as stressful. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
in terms of a music sense, like I've released, I don't know, 40 different songs in the past 6 years, and and so when I do inevitably blow up, God willing, I'm able to take a
Yes.
second and keep working on the quality, and people are able just to go through my backlog and still be entertained. And
Right.
compared to like somebody who blows off one TikTok song, and now they're on the rush to make the next thing because they're gonna fall off if they, you know what I mean? And so like,
Yeah, no, it's that I didn't actually no, I did know this. I did know this because I've known about Tory Lanez for a very, very long time.
yeah,
And then I heard his song Broken a Minute and I was like,
yeah,
ugh, I remember that was the one that put me on. I because he's right about that. Like I look at to piggyback off of your point with Tory Lanez, I look at like
yeah,
a lot of rappers for that inspiration because like I don't think a lot of people realize that like the J. Cole's, the Kendricks, the even Drake, like
yeah.
every big artist had to have like years before they ever had that like one moment. Like I remember this story with J. Cole where he had put out so many different mixtapes, and I remember like he had that whole interaction with Jay-Z. He wanted to get signed by Jay-Z, and
Oh
Jay-Z was
yeah,
like, I'm not gonna put your album out until you make a hit." And like
yeah,
that was like a what I might be like minimizing, but like a 6 year process, 7 year process, maybe 8 year process, where
yeah,
like he was just making mixtapes until he got that first song. You know what I mean? Same with Kanye. Like Kanye was producing
yeah,
for
bro.
years and was like trying to break out of the whole Rock Nation producer label
Yep.
until he was finally able to drop the College Dropout. And by the time he dropped it, he was 26.
Yeah,
He was
bro.
26. Like you're 20, I'm 21. Like that's like 4 or 5 years removed from us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's like
bro.
it takes the people a lot of time. Even someone that's in our creator space like Queso, like
Yeah,
he was working his ass off and he didn't blow up until like 27. Tizo Touchdown didn't blow up until like 32. You know, off
yeah,
of
bro.
off of one feature with like Tyler, Utopia, Drake. Like it took him a fucking minute, and he has a very like core cultish like type of fan base. It's like I think you, Tori, have like a really good point there to be made. Is that like you gotta the time right now is the foundation. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? To be an overnight success, and I've had this happen. That's the thing is that I have both sides of the coin.
yeah,
Because back in like 2020, I was a Minecraft streamer, and
Uh,
I was considerably popular. I was really early to the the Minecraft TikTok shit.
yeah,
Like when that was when that was a whole thing, like I could literally make a TikTok and it would probably get 5 figures just from me talking in the TikTok. I
crazy.
remember asking people to go subscribe to my channel. I gained like 2,000 to 5,000 like a week. Like I was there
Holy,
pretty early onto the craze. This was 2020. Like
yeah,
September 2020 was that like era and everything. September 2020 to like December 2020. My other friend got like 200K on TikTok just from like talk. Like it was like that era of TikTok that like I
yeah,
was a part of. So like I wasn't like a popular streamer, but like I would have been able to full time off of it
yeah,
if that was actually what I wanted. And then my numbers dipped because of the fact of just like when you're in an ecosystem like Minecraft, YouTube, or whatever, if the big streamers are streaming, nobody wants to watch you. Like
yeah,
it's a very like cutthroat, it's a very cutthroat like type of industry over there. And I recall like not really wanting that to be my journey. You know, I don't want to be a
yeah,
Minecraft streamer. I didn't even want to be a streamer at that time. I wanted to be a YouTuber. So like I cut my losses. I left the community. I literally had to build everything from the ground up multiple times. Like I've
yep,
had to do that so many different times. So I've seen both sides of the coin to where it's like, okay, overnight success. I didn't really know what to do with it. I was 15. What the fuck? So,
yeah,
you know, I didn't know what to do with it, you know?
yeah,
And then I've broke it down just to build it up so many different fucking times. I've gotten into a really bad habit and cycle of doing that so many times that
yeah,
like I mean even now like not even with like the rebrand with Erkin because I felt like I had to do that in terms of just like building something that is my own.
yeah,
But like last year where I quit my channel. I quit my channel with 37,000 to, you know, make my new channel, and I had to make a whole new Twitch account too. I made a whole new TikTok account too, like just to
yeah,
post everything. You know, I've had to do that so many different times that I know what it looks like on each end of the spectrum. And I think perspectives like that are very, very important because I think hustle culture in terms of like streamers or content creators is very overblown.
oh,
Stream
bro,
every single day, 8 hours a day, and you
yeah,
know also
bro,
find time to clip. It's like nah, like I've lived that lifestyle for like all of my teenage years.
yeah,
That hustle lifestyle is for the fucking birds, bro. I'm not gonna
genuinely,
hold you. Work smarter, not harder. That's what we need to be pushing to people is to work smarter, not harder. That's why I'm so glad Ludwig, you know, was a professor at Shroom University because he really honed in so many points that like I've been trying to do for my own like people to
yeah,
where it's like, listen, uploading every single day does not equal results. You gotta like think, like you gotta like actually think about like, all right, this is what I gotta do. This is what this needs to happen every single day. Grind is the easiest way to fucking burn yourself out.
bro,
Like it's so much
genuinely,
better to be like smarter with it. And that's what I've been doing with my streams. And you know, I've talked plenty about like, you know, how successful they've been considerably for a small streamer. You know what I mean?
yeah,
For a small stature like me. So I don't know. It's a we're learning every single day about like what process is gonna work for us. And I feel like the moment that it's actually all gonna work out is gonna be the most unexpected moment. Like
genuinely,
to us, it's gonna be a regular day. To us, it's gonna be like a regular day. We're gonna wake up and we're just gonna be all right, back to the grind. And you check something, it's like, hold up, this is actually materializing. Something is
yeah,
actually happening here. You know, something's actually moving here. I've never seen motion like this. Like
yeah,
I've
for
never
real,
seen certain motion. You know, I don't know what it's like to get 20,000 views in a day, or 20,000 views in a not in a day, sorry, 20,000 like subscribers or followers in a day. You know what I mean? Like I
yeah,
don't know what that big ass rise is because I've had 20K views in a day, but again, they never materialized into anything else
for
because it
sure,
was it was rap content. I'm talking about music. Like 20,000 people didn't join my Discord. 20,000 people didn't join my streams. 20,000 people didn't like materialize into something that like can actually be used for like longevity. It's just video views and you know
yeah,
like it can be used for longevity in terms of video views. I'm not saying it can't be, but they're all isolated to one island. They're all
yeah,
isolated to one platform. The same
exactly,
thing as like blowing up on Instagram. Like I've had clips do well on Instagram, and like yeah, I'll get like 100,000 views on like a clip within like maybe a month or so. But like nobody's coming to my streams. Nobody's coming to my YouTube.
yeah,
The conversion rate is not there. You know, that's what I
unfortunately.
mean. To where it's like it materializes into everything.
Yeah, genuinely. Like I like what you said. With, like it just comes at a random day. I don't want to hold you for too long or take up all of our time. But I
No, you're good.
you well she I did the I'm not gonna say the name of the project, but it's the listening party we did in your server with one of like the first week I was in there. Um,
Yeah.
the original version of that came off the back of a song I did with Young. I think you know who that is. Um,
Oh yeah.
and I hated that song. And I sat on that song. This was back in 2024. I sat on that song for like 3 months. Like, dude, I fucking hate this shit. And that's when I met Cecil. And I showed him the song, and I showed my brother the song, the one I live with. And they were like, "Bro, you gotta drop this." And I was like, "I don't know about that." And then Eventually, I meet Young and I send him the song. We end up doing the song, does really, really, really well, and then I go on to do that project that has like that style of it, the original one. And I didn't like, bro. I didn't expect nothing from these songs or this project. That project got 10. No, no, I got 11K within the first week on Spotify. Like absolute
Mm.
blew everything else I ever done out the water. And obviously, like now it hasn't really stuck around, but at the time, like dude, it went wild. And that's just to go off your point of like shit just comes at random moments from like things you don't even expect. That's one of the reasons why I don't even when I'm in a burnout, I try to stay vigilant, bro, because it some like half-assed something I do could be the thing that actually goes. Um,
Right.
yeah, and
That's usually how it goes. Like if you think too much about it, usually
yeah,
it's not gonna be like it's not gonna be the one. It's gonna be like the random fucking shit you didn't fucking expect. That's how
and
it always is, man.
and I hate it, bro, because it's like you spend like I've spent 6 weeks on a video. That video gets like 100 views in a week, and then the one
Yeah.
I spent like 2 hours on is on a random day. It gets like a shit ton. So it's crazy how it works.
That's why like I low key like I definitely feel like there is like some kind of higher power. I believe in like laws of the universe type of shit.
Yeah,
To where it's like I understand that the more that you think about something, the more for some reason the universe repels it. Like
yeah,
for example, like if you chase a girl, like if you're chasing a girl and like you make her like your world, she's gonna repel. You know
yep,
what I mean? In the same
yep,
way that's vice versa. If you get unwanted attention from someone you're not looking for, then you're gonna repel. Most of the time, anytime love has come into my life, and I'm sure maybe your life, I can't speak for you, but like
yeah,
in terms of just like it always comes when you least
yep,
expect it. It
exactly,
always comes when you're not going out of your way to do that, because
yep,
when you go out and try to look for it, you repel it for some reason. Like I personally never got that, because again, it's the whole like, well, I want to be a streamer, so obviously I'm going to put all of my energy into streaming, but the more and more that like I overthink things, the less the content is quality now. Like
yeah,
it just kind of that's like a natural order type of thing, is that like you have to that's why like I think most of all the laws of the universe is just balance. A lot of them are based around balance, where you have to have a balance. I have to have a balance to where I'm not streaming every single day and burning myself out, because I need I need to get to a certain level to be able to even do that.
yeah,
So that requires balance, that requires understanding, it requires something that like there's just a missing piece that like some people who don't think as much as we do just get immediately, because
yeah,
they're not overthinking it all the time. They're not thinking about how they're going to do said thing. They just do said thing. And even when you specifically are doing said thing, like sometimes it just isn't what the universe is needing to, reward you what you're looking for.
yeah,
Like I can't, that's the thing. That's the answer that like I can't figure out. That's like one of the main things, is just like how do other people, find it faster than I do? Is
yeah,
it just as simple as just not thinking about it? I've been trying that out. It's been like liberating to not think too much about it, and just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do whatever I do, and I have been having more fun with it. It's just, when is it gonna make sense? Like
yeah,
I'm
bro.
really just spitballing here. Like I'm not even trying to make a point here. Like I'm literally just spitballing. Like when will it make sense? Is it gonna click one day? Am I gonna be one of those gurus on YouTube being like, buy my fucking course for $200 and I'll teach you the laws of the universe and you'll understand, how to get the money you've been looking for? Like,
Yeah,
when
bro.
is that gonna click for me? You know what I mean?
Literally, bro. It's shitty how that works too, because like I agree with you. Like it doesn't make sense. Like you'd think logically, like you want something, you gotta work for it. But for some reason, it's just the exact opposite almost.
Yeah, I will never understand that. The moments on YouTube, I can literally tell you, the moments on YouTube that I've blown up have been times where I was not paying attention to it. I
Yeah,
am not gonna fucking hold you. That's why I handle my channel in the way that I do now. Like on my old channel, old channel back in Minecraft, I blew up on Twitch just from like being in the right place at the right time, getting rated with like 10,000 people. All right,
yeah,
cool. Like that like I didn't even plan for that. And I wasn't even live. It was during the Among Us craze where like I wasn't even fucking live. I wasn't even live, and Nia True, bless her heart, she was just like, I'm about to raid somebody. Anybody want to be raided? I just happened to be the only nigga that was undeafened, so I was like, I can go live. Got
yeah,
raided. Whole thing changed. Like, you know what I mean? Like the whole thing like changed for me. And then on YouTube, I literally did like a fucking dumbass bit where like I did some kind of Minecraft skit with my friends in VC. Took maybe 20 minutes to edit, 20 minutes to record. Probably got the video within the same hour it was recorded.
yeah.
That video did like K in the same day, better than any of my other fucking videos did. I did not understand it. I was so fucking pissed. Like I continued the trend of it. Same thing with 2022, where I just said, man, fuck all this YouTube algorithm shit I was learning. I'm just gonna make something that I find enjoyable. And then a rap video blew up, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll do that more. Like I
Yeah,
don't know, it always comes down to shit that you just don't expect. Even streaming was like that for me. I streamed randomly one night when I hit 20K on my main channel, and I just streamed, and I was like, oh, I kind of like this, so I just streamed every day out of the love of the game.
yeah,
And then eventually I was just like, you know what? I actually want to take this seriously. Like I kind of miss doing this. Like I kind of had a moment where I was like, wait, hold on. I am the best, most free when I'm streaming. I don't know why 15-year-old me did not just say, "Oh yeah, we can just like turn this into something else while being a streamer." Like, man,
yeah.
I probably would have been ahead of the game. I probably would have been a fucking ahead of the game if I like figured this out 6 years ago. Like I probably was supposed to. But
For real.
like I can list you so many different things that have become a success because of the fact that I did not think too much about it. But then I can also give you like maybe a handful of examples where I actually did put a lot of effort into something and it did materialize into something like music, like the music I dropped with my server. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like with Erkin and everything. Like that entirely was like a creative vision I had, and it materialized into something like exactly how I wanted it to. So
yeah, for
sometimes you get
sure.
that payout. Most of the time you fucking don't. I don't understand why that happens. I don't know what fucking binary code is going on in this fucking simulation of a
Yeah,
life,
yeah,
like where
literally.
like certain shit just doesn't fucking work. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just spitballing, but like most of the time, that anytime I feel like I've seen success, even for like my live channel, for an example, like I was literally shopping for clothes with my girlfriend when
uh,
I saw that my first ever song transition video did well. In like February, we were just shopping, and I looked at my phone and I was like, oh, there's like a spike, and it was
yeah.
the first song transition. Like my channel was still at like 600 subscribers. Like
Jeez.
I just saw an uptake, and then as me and her were just like hanging out, the video would be at like 5K one day, 10K one day, 15K. Like I wasn't even thinking about that channel. I didn't even think it was going to be the song transition. It just happened to be that
Yeah,
video, you know? And then obviously if you look at the channel now, it's like the most it's like the most viewed series that I have. It's done
yeah,
like 1 million views across all the episodes, and that just came out of random fucking moment. I didn't plan for that to be the thing. I didn't Mr. Beast this, bro. I
yeah,
didn't like
yeah,
I can't sit be like, so I actually did this and made sure algorithm this and that. Bro, you look at the video, I don't even have an intro on the video. It's literally just a fucking stream highlight.
yeah,
Like uh, hey man, you just can't predict it. It all comes back to your point of like you just can't predict the shit. It just
yeah,
usually
bro.
happens when you don't fucking think about it, which makes no goddamn sense. But hey man, you gotta find a balance, I guess.
Yeah,
Maybe
for
that's the
real.
lesson for today. For burnout, you gotta find a balance. Burnout, if you want to deal with burnout, find a balance and uh yeah.
Yeah, genuinely. I want to say one. I want to say one last thing. I
Yeah.
I don't want to go super deep into it, but one thing that I'm well, as we're talking about this shit, I'm thinking about. Obviously, I agree. It's good to complain. Like we're really just putting shit out there. But as I'm saying all this shit, there is still not even. It's a genuinely a 0% chance I will ever stop doing this. Like
Oh yeah.
that's that's not even a thought that creeps into my mind. Like to stop doing this. It's not because like I don't know. I believe in like the philosophy of like the only way for you to actually fail is to quit. Like eventually you're gonna hit 100 punches and eventually one's gonna land. Um, but yeah, like we're saying all this shit. Like I still will never quit. Even God forbid this ever happens. I don't think it would. Even if I'm 99 years old, I'm on my deathbed. I'm gonna still be making YouTube videos and still be making music because at the end of the day, beyond the business, beyond the aspirations, it's what I've loved to do. Like, I've been doing this shit since I was 8 years old. Like, I will never just not do this. Um,
Right.
but yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but that's just something I wanted to add. Like,
No, that's a great point. Is that we just complained, like you said, for the last like hour or so. But at the end of the day, like this is what I want to be complaining about is
yeah,
content. I don't want to be complaining about anything else.
yeah.
Like I
What a
don't
blessing.
like if I, it is, and it's like I'm glad that at 14, maybe younger, I think I was 12 when I found out I really loved YouTube and I really really wanted to do it. Like some people it takes them a while to find out what they love. I found it
Oh
pretty young, and
yeah,
that's I'm very grateful for that, and I'm
I think
very
about
grateful for whatever positions I've been able to be in because of this thing that I'd started online. I've been able to take
genuinely.
trips meet people and do crazy shit I've never thought I would. Like I literally went to Canada for my first show ever.
That's
You know, just because
fire.
of my YouTube. Like that was because they were a fan of my YouTube and found my music and wanted me to be, to be there. It's like I've had
Yeah.
so many blessings because of the channel, even if it hasn't been exactly what I'm looking for. It's like I'm still very grateful and I don't see myself ever quitting. Even in moments where I have quit, like even in moments where I have quit, I always come back. I
Yeah.
always come
It's
back.
an
You know what I mean?
addiction, bro.
Like, but, it's an addiction. Like, I'll be like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this anymore, and then I end up doing it anyway. Like,
Yeah.
again, my main channel is a little bit different from live channel because it's like I'm just switching my medium of content, not that the content is ever stopping. That's
Yeah.
the only time that and even then, it's not quitting because if I really truly quit, you know what I mean, I wouldn't have been able to, boost. I wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be here if I
Yeah.
truly quit. I would not be, I would not still be here. So
Yeah.
quitting as simple as you will never see me online or doing content creation again. That will never happen.
Yeah,
I will
absolutely.
always be a content creator, you know,
Yeah, whether I'm
whatever that looks like.
whether I'm 99 years old and then I'm making gardening videos, like for real. Like
Right.
I'm gonna be doing this shit. This is just me.
I'm right. This is just me. This is just like in my bones. I love entertaining people. Like at the end of the day, I do love entertaining people.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I see. That's just what a beautiful way to end it off, I guess. I
Oh yeah,
yeah, like I said, I don't want to hold too much of your time, but I for real, I do appreciate this conversation. I
I do too.
I see this is how like unprofessional this channel is. Like I'm just like I'm stumbling my words. I'm you waking up off a nap,
Hey
like
man,
bro,
it is what it is.
we just doing whatever.
Right.
But no, for real, I do appreciate you, bro. I wish you the best luck and everything. Obviously, we're gonna stay tapped in. Like we're still friends. It's
Oh yeah,
not nothing, but
of course.
hopefully we in 20 years, I don't know, we'll be in a call again and we'll look back on this video or something. I guarantee it.
I hope so. Like I actually also like I said it as a joke earlier where I was like,
Yeah,
someone's gonna find this video and like I'm gonna remember it. Like I actually really do hope like that happens because that's like it's good, man. It's good to get emotions out because I don't think I have a lot of content where I allow myself to do that. Sometimes not even on stream because I'm so like recording session that like
yeah,
I don't even talk as much as like maybe other streamers would because I'm so focused on segments and when I need to do this. Sometimes I don't even talk about these emotions like there too
yeah, bro.
much. You know,
That's why
it's
I
good to
did
have
it.
that outlet.
Cause like I don't. Let's say I don't have any friends, but like I said earlier, like I don't talk to people. I go days without saying a single word, and so this is why I made the channel.
Niggas saying,
Because it's like I don't feel like I
yeah.
got friends I can talk to, so I just make these videos and just put them out in the world. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
literally like as I'm
sure.
driving to work, like I'll just fucking put the camera up on the dashboard and just start talking. So I low key
Oh yeah.
recommend. I don't know if you ever have an inkling while you're driving to work or something, fucking just start this channel or something. Like it's like a daily. What's that Schlatt channel that he has? The Daily Slap or something?
The weekly slap,
Yeah, the Weekly Slap.
the weekly slap.
Yeah, some shit similar to
Yeah,
that.
I used to do that. I just never uploaded the videos. Like I have
Yeah,
multiple different videos that I recorded of myself during DoorDash, like literally during the period I'm talking about, 2024. I have multiple videos of me talking about what
yeah.
it's like living through that time. Just like there. I have hella like time capsule videos. I just never released them. Maybe I should.
I feel that. Yeah, I mean, my thought is just like it might be able to help somebody, or it just helps us just to put it out in the world. So, but
Right, right, right.
my dog, once again I appreciate your time. I won't hold you for too much longer.
Appreciate you, bro.
But let me know.
All right.
On a real note, let me know if you need something for real. I appreciate everything.
Thank you, man.
All
You
right,
too. Likewise, man.
bet.
All right. I will catch you later.
All right, bet love, bro. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye. Oh, yeah. Goodbye.